Welcome to Restaurant Punk, everybody.
Restaurant Punk.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I have a topic for the two owners.
Boy.
Already? Right off the bat, huh?
Oh, yes.
What you got?
So let's call this friends, families, and regulars. Do you ever comp friends, family, or regulars? And the reason I ask this is that's a tricky thing to navigate because do you do it often enough where they expect it every time that they come in, you know? And then doesn't that get awkward? How do you comp them sometimes but at other times? Or do you comp them every time?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Because I have a very bad habit of comping and discounting all of my friends. Well, not all of them, but the majority of them. Family, of course, they will always get comped. They're my family. They come to my house. I'm going to give them food. Well, as far as your question goes for friends, I do have a few that do expect it. I do have a few, and I hate that. But I made a rule in my restaurant. If I'm not there, no discounts whatsoever, except for these specific people on the list, or if they are my family, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think we find that, especially the front of the house servers that know if you're not there, they'll actually call. I actually stopped going to my restaurant because I was giving away too much free shit. You know this.
Too much.
Because you know what?
Much.
It becomes expected and discounts. And, well, I know Yianni. Is that the type of person you want to be comping when they announce to their server that, I always get half off. And I'm like,
Yeah. Such an asshole move.
Yeah.
So there's you and I know that some of the same people, and they go to your restaurant, and I happen to know that they will call Yianni personally to make a reservation. So my point to them is, you do know you can make a reservation without calling Yianni, right?
Correct.
Because in my mind, the only reason you're calling him is because you're expecting something free. And if you go there every time calling him, then you're an asshole. I just think that's a pretty big ass and pretty big assumption. I don't know.
I'll co-sign that.
You're right. You're both right. But I think that sometimes when that instance happens, like you're saying, it's more of a, hey, Yianni, I'm going to be down there. I want to see you. I don't come down there very often. You're going to be there. I'm just letting you know I'm going to be in the area.
Well, you don't know these people. I want to say that is not the case.
But some of these people actually take care of me when I'm at their bar or their establishment.
Okay. If those people
I get
are
to show some appreciation.
Yes, but if those people working corporate, it's not coming out of their pocket.
That's true.
It's easy to give shit away when it's not coming out of your pocket.
Correct. But how do you say thank you to somebody when they won't accept a tip while you're there? Let's say they're an employee. Let me just say this. Let's say they work security, right?
Oh, right. That's different.
They will not accept a tip, right? And then they text me and say, I'm going to be down there.
Yes.
That's my way. So that's where there's a line. So I will categorize.
Yes.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, not so much. And like you said, they know exactly what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You can make your own reservation. You don't need me. There's 14 restaurants. You can make a reservation.
I love Jameson, by the way, just to give you a heads up.
That's
I know. He's
amazing.
Many times for me as well.
Yeah. So just those little things, because do you want to wait in line for half an hour?
But let me just tell you also, I don't. But let me just tell you that over the years, when you're telling me I have some people coming down, please take care of the bill. Mm-hmm. I might not be there. I might be 20 minutes late, whatever. They always take care of the server above and beyond.
I expect them to do that. Yes, of course. But
True.
still, you're comping them out of your own pocket. They're hooking up the server. That's the right move. That's how you should behave. But it's still coming out of your pocket. I don't know. I would feel awkward. Like, for instance, let's say you have a restaurant. There's a group of people that you know, and they come and you comp the entire check. Like,
I can see this bothers you a lot, Liz.
It does bother me. And the reason being is that if the tables were turned, I don't think a lot of those same people would be doing the same thing if it came out of their pocket. That's just my point.
I think it goes back to our culture of, ridiculous things like every year on Black Friday, Cara Restaurant Group does buy one, get one gift certificates. Now, if you do the math, do restaurateurs make 50% profit on what they sell? They do not. So we know that we're selling these gift certificates and it's a lot for buy one, get one, and that we're losing money. But this is where the growth comes in. You know, there are people now in line. It's become now in year, 5?
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, the numbers are staggering.
Huge.
The way I look at it, and I think now the way some of the people in the group look at it as save a penny, lose a dollar. What are we doing with all these gift certificates? You're bringing people into your restaurant.
Correct.
So would you rather have 2 tables on a Tuesday night or 18?
It's even like advertising with what you're saying with that, because I've had a lot of people come in the restaurant like, we've never eaten here before. We've heard about the special. We just had to go about it and get this amazing deal you're doing, and that brings them. It's like free advertising almost.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
How many new
It's like free
guests are
advertising.
you bringing to your restaurant?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Plus the gifts.
You guys are so
you know?
psychic. It's amazing.
Plus they're giving out the gift cards to friends, you know what I mean? Or
Yes.
family, like they've never been here, like, oh, let's go try it out then. And that's pretty much what it is. But it also seems like we're giving back to the community, which we are, you know what I'm saying, as gifts.
Agreed.
And it's huge.
And going back to your topic, I think that's why we're so loose when it comes to comping, that it's like, okay, they're going to come back again. We know them.
Yeah.
Are we here for the short-term profit? Or are we here for the long-term of the group?
Long term.
Well, this is how I feel.
What you got?
When you do the buy one, get one, it works out because, like you said, people that have never been to the restaurant, that's new people. People that have been to the restaurant, but they're trying to make it look like they're like big dogs, like they're buying the entire meal, even though they're getting it like half off. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get
So, but they're bringing people in. Their friends have never been there before. So if you were to spend money marketing and advertising, that's money down the drain, right? You're trying to bring in more customers. This is a little more, what's the word? Directed towards bringing people in. Because if you put it, let's say an ad on the radio, if people even listen to that anymore, how many people, what's the reach? How many people are actually going to come in? If you have such a great deal with a buy one, get one, they are going to bring people in. So you're definitely getting more people, which, you know, it helps your client base, right? But I forgot my point. I want to go back. Well, hold on. I want to go back. This is how I see it.
It's called passion. Go ahead.
Love passion.
I'm not a restaurant owner, but I just feel like the whole comping thing, because once you start comping them, it gets out of hand and people always expect it. It's like hugs. That's why I don't give out hugs often, because once you hug someone, they always want a hug. And to me, that just encroaches on my space. But it's the same thing. If you keep giving things for free, people keep expecting it.
Yeah, but there's also times when I don't comp everything. I'll comp like a dessert or an appetizer, and that's about it. So that even that little thing that doesn't cost that much is still a lot to them, and they appreciate that.
That's why I think, shouldn't that be the rule? Comp an appetizer, comp the dessert, but don't ever comp the whole check, because then you get into hairy territory.
I think it's I'm so sorry. It's select. It's select people. It's select groups. You know, and it's not every person, every friend all the time, you know. And I do agree with her, though. Sometimes there are those friends that we all know that expect it and be like, oh, you know, if I'm not there, and I'll get the phone call like, hey, so-and-so's here. Do you want me to do anything? I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not there. It's fine. Give them the whole thing. And then I'll get that phone call or that text later, which I haven't heard from them like in a week. And they're like, you know, hey, you weren't there tonight. I didn't, you know, I missed you. And I'm like, I know why you're texting me right now.
You brought up a great fucking point, by the way. The tipping. The people that were comping, when they're tipping, you know, if it's a 2-top and their bill would have been $75 and we take care of it, there are people that tip $100.
Correct.
And there are people that tip $5. And I think for anybody that owns a business in the bar and restaurant industry, I think that says a lot, because your employees know, because you comp them, they got that tip. Yeah. And especially if it's a regular that you comp. You know, I had my uncle come down, you know, big house, driving the car, you know, talking about how great he is. It was a 4-top, and I'll never forget this. And, you know, the bill was comped. And as I looked at the table, they left a $5 bill.
Yeah.
And, you know, you could tell that's somebody that's never worked in the restaurant industry.
Right.
And I'm like, you know, so that's why I really like that point, because that kind of makes up for it.
Yes.
The people that are even doing that, if they're leaving $50, $100, you know.
Yeah.
Jameson, you mentioned Jameson's name.
Many times.
Jameson.
Love you, Jameson.
Love you. He came in, he's been in twice. And not even he was at George's place.
Yeah, correct.
To where the bill might have been like, I don't know, $40. He left a $100 tip on the table. And the server almost started crying.
Aw.
And I was like, Jameson, that's not necessary. He's like, yeah, it is. He's like, thank you for a phenomenal meal. And that's first class.
And to segue off of that, including your people that, you know, from whatnot, you told me to take care of, sometimes they would leave $500, $400. And me as the employee being the server at the time would give him half, a couple $100 just to be able to take care of what he comped, because I think it was a 6 top that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I understand, like, okay, it's $500. I don't need that. I would love to have it, but at the same token, I understand, why he did it, but it's still a loss for the restaurant. So I'll just give half of it to him.
That was nice.
Even if I would have given him $400, you know what I mean? Like 80% of it, it would have still been okay.
Yeah.
Because I would have been well off. But a lot of those people that do appreciate, that don't come often, will leave a huge, extensive tip. And that's appreciated for the servers, which you should always take care of your servers and bartenders.
But wait, I'm sorry.
What if your mom comes in every Saturday night and brings the same 3 friends? Are you comping her bill every Saturday?
I will always count my mom. I don't know about everybody else.
Well, it's the same 4 girls, and she's so proud of her son, and she brings them to the restaurant every, let's say, Tuesday night. You're not comping that whole bill?
No.
Really?
I might comp it once or twice at the most, but if they're coming every night, no. I'll count my mom's stuff.
After the 3rd time, you'll start saying something?
Yeah, there's a time and a point, and I've done it with even my customers that come in. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to do it every single time.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah. So let's say I was a restaurant owner and my mom had friends.
Let's say she had friends.
She's pretty antisocial like me. But so she had friends and she brought them in every week. I would take my mom aside, not at the restaurant. I was like, we need to have a talk. It's one thing if they're your friends, regardless if I comp you or not, but do you need to assess it? Because if I feel that they're coming because they're expecting a free meal, I question whether or not they're your real friends. Because if anything, they should be offering her to give her money. People tag along and be your friend because they know they're going to get something free. And that is what I would think about.
Is there a difference if your restaurant is struggling or if you're just flush
I tell my mom, do the dishes. You guys got to pick a job, earn your keep, earn your meal.
So if you're doing $2.5 million at your restaurant and you're well off, is this still going to bother you the same?
No.
But see, that's
We have restaurateurs or future restaurateurs that are watching and they're hearing our conversation, but then do sales make everything disappear? So when it comes to comping or taking care of people, does it matter if you're a $2.5 million a year restaurant or if you're just a summer business and you're doing $250,000 for the summer and those are your total sales? Sales make everything disappear. This is what I have learned.
You should always take care of your mother, though.
Yeah, of course I take my mom, but she had mooch friends.
Yeah, but
because if the tables are turning, I was a teenager and she thought I had mooch friends, she'd be having the same talk with me.
100%. She'd probably charge you too. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, she would. And I would understand.
I'll throw you another curveball.
Please do.
Let's say an investor. You had an investor. You went to the investor and you told the investor, this property is for sale. It's a restaurant. I need a partner 50-50. They say yes. So you both own the property, yet you are the restaurateur and you operate the property. He tells all his friends he's a silent partner, but he comes in every Tuesday. I've come across this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
do you have that conversation? Now, the first class investor says, listen, I want to pay for everything. I don't want any special treatment. I just want to pay just like everybody else. They enjoy just being part of the business. And I've also come across investors or even landlords that just come and do they expect special treatment?
They always expect special treatment.
Well, this is interesting. So I work for a company, huge corporation, huge. And the COO, he had a comp number that he could use. Never used it. Always paid.
Nice.
Now him using comp number wouldn't make a dent in the overall business, but that's just what he did. And but then I worked in a smaller place where there was a silent owner who came in and just racked that bill up. Not only did he have his own meal, he was taking all his stuff to go. You come in twice a day, and he would just get whatever he could. And I just thought that was really odd because I think there were 3 partners in that group, and he didn't do any work. Granted, you were an investor, but thousands of dollars because he had like a one bill, and I asked how much it was. It was like several $1,000s by the end of the year.
Oh, wow.
Well, you just hit a memory for me because at 22, 23 years old, becoming a front of the house manager for TGI Fridays and then the bar manager. Once you get to bar manager, they give you a gold card. What is a gold card, you might ask?
What's a gold card?
Well, the gold card, TGI Fridays gold card, means you could eat at any TGI Fridays in the world for free with however many people you want.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that was a really nice perk, and I actually used it to my advantage. Obviously, I was 23 and not 43, but at the same time, I would just gather the whole crew, and not the ones that I worked at, but like in Athens, in Greece. Went to the TGI Fridays there, gold card, done. Other spots in New Jersey, Delaware.
Wait, they have a TGI Fridays in Athens?
I was thinking the same thing.
There's
Sorry,
two TGI Fridays in Athens.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow.
Are they actual TGIF or are they like in Greek letters?
No. TGI Fridays. And you can smoke in the TGI Fridays in Athens.
For you smokers out there.
Yes, there's two of them. I believe one in Kolonaki and one in Kifisia. I swear, I'm not lying. You can Google it. Yes. So that was a very, very nice perk. But I was an employee. I wasn't a partner. I wasn't an owner. And TGI Fridays was saying, this is for you. And I'm like that's a really nice perk, I thought. And that's part of how they suck you in. Don't go open your own restaurant. Stay here and work. Here's a gold card. Here's insurance. Here's benefits. You're 23. And I almost fell into the trap. I was this close to falling into the trap. I'm like, this is great. I said 20, 30, I'll max out at, I don't know, 100 grand. I'll still have my gold card. And yeah.
Nice.
So I like that story about the CEO and the partner. That's a first class action.
Yeah, because you may not expect it, but if you ever came into the restaurant that I'm at, I'm not going to charge you. Like if you were with a party
Be there later tonight.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Liz does not like him.
I know you don't expect it, but I've worked with you for a while now, and I consider you, close enough in that relationship where, you're coming in for the first time. And even if you came in a couple times afterwards, even if you came with a party of 6 or 8, I would just take care of your stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an appreciation, a connection type of thing. Now, if you were there, like you said, every day, I mean, I'm not going to do it all the time, but, every once in a while is okay, because that's the least I could do right now.
Right.
And that's how it goes for a lot of people. And I would never charge Yianni, obviously, or his mom.
But
you wouldn't charge me or my mom? Thanks, man.
Never.
Thank you so much. What would you say? What would you say now? You open up a restaurant. Let's say you're in year 2.5. Your sales are 600,000. You're a 50-seat casual with a bar. You're doing pretty well for yourself. What are you comping? Who are you comping?
You said it's just a bar restaurant.
Well,
you said it was a restaurant with a bar, right?
Restaurant with a bar. I'm just painting a picture. So Liz, where exactly do you stand when it comes to comping? Where's the boundary? What are we telling everybody?
Okay. I'm very conservative in that respect because I know people, you give them an inch, they take a mile. So I would do, if it was a bar, I would do a round of drinks. If they don't drink, do an appetizer. And keep it pretty standard unless you're close to me, like a family member or a really close friend. That's the only time I do it because you just fall into that trap of people just expecting it. And then you have to take a poll of all your employees to see if they took care of you. Because if you didn't take care of my server, you didn't get shit from me. Ever.
Because I never expect, ever, with all the people that own restaurants or businesses, I've always offered full. And sometimes I even argue, like, no, like I want to pay for it. Like, no. So I can understand with what you're saying, but I never expect ever. Sorry, it's me.
You heard it here on Restaurant Punk.
Yes, you did.
Cutting through the noise.
Liz.
Nikos.
Yianni, can I say it again?
Yes.
No.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Write that down. That on a t-shirt.
There it is.
Wait
Restaurant
for the t-shirt.
Punk out. We love you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey guys, peace.